I hit it. Make sure there's a little red button right there. There we go. All right, so I'm going to pull up. I'm going to get out of my my Labs Plus account, and I'm going to go through Blackboard because I'm going to show you something. Of course, I tell you never to go through Blackboard, but for some reason, Tri-County Tech, like I say, they think Blackboard is cutting edge technology. So we're going to go through, and I'm going to show you what happens when you go through Blackboard. And it's probably not going to do it, but I'm going to try. So, of course, you got to go through all the classes that you've ever had before because they don't put the current term. You just have to keep going and keep going. T-Rex Community College. And you are, I'm just going to pick one of the 155s, if I can find it. There it is. I'm just going to pick this one. And then you click on to My Labs Plus down here. And then you click on My Labs Plus. Now, at this point, your computer could be doing two different things. One, it may say...
Uh-oh.
I sort of silly. What do we do on rainy days?
Jeez.
What is it?
Oh no.
What's happening?
It went through just fine for me.
Why are y'all, why did y'all...
Never mind.
Did y'all just say that? Okay, something's going on here. Just hold on a minute.
Yeah, you disappeared for a second.
Yeah, y'all did too.
And there you go.
Y'all know what it is, though, don't you?
Mr. McClure, we can't hear you.
It's the damn Russians is what it is.
So good.
It's them damn Russians and Ukrainians.
Just recording all this.
Okay, are you still there? So, Coney, are you still there?
Still here?
Yep, we're here.
Okay,
Having a bad
Easley, are you
yourself
still
like
there?
that.
Yes.
That's working.
Okay, can y'all still see my screen?
It just changed.
Okay, get it to where y'all can see my screen. I don't know what's going on, but it's
My
just
God.
done it again. It's never done this before.
Well, a second or two before, we could see you perfectly fine, and now we can't.
Well, I haven't turned my... something is turning the cameras off because I can't see y'all either.
Through our end, we can still see us moving around.
All right, well, I'm going to turn my camera back on. This has never happened before. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there's your... Okay, I got Easley back.
Oh, we.
We're got to
Oh, yeah.
turn back on again.
Wait, it's
There
on
you
the
go.
bottom thing. Oh, well, that's it. I think.
There you go.
Okay, Oconee, check and just turn your camera off and on again, and maybe it will redo itself. Pendleton did the same thing. I'm
You have
sorry.
to camera part on.
Okay, I've been teaching this format for 7 years. I've never seen it do that before.
Go ahead and click.
Okay. Everybody's back except Oconee. If you could turn your camera off and turn it on again, it should be okay. All right. Here, I want to read. I don't know if I told y'all this. I teach 6 classes, so I forget what I tell people. But at this point, you may get a screen that says, cannot go any further. And then it has advanced, and then it has cancel. Hit advance, and then it'll say, what will it say? Go proceed to My Labs Plus. What was that? Okay, Oconee is out, so I need to remove them and bring them back in. Give me a second, Oconee. I have to call them in because if I accept them, that'll put y'all on hold. I can't accept invites. Do y'all understand that? If I accept an invite, it'll mess up. It'll put the other classes on hold. That's why I can't accept Oconee. So it should bring them in if they answer. There they are. There we go. We don't know what happened. Everybody was affected, so I don't know what happened, so I'm sorry. It wasn't Oconee. It was the whole system. So I don't know what happened. I say it's the Russians, but I don't know. All right, so anyway, thank you. You might get a screen that says you can't go any further, and then there's 2 blocks, proceed, advance and cancel, hit advance and hit proceed. Another thing that may happen is you may have the thing spinning around and nothing but a white screen. If that happens, you got a red check mark, a red X, a red shield, a red rectangle right here up in your address bar. You need to right click on that and hit save subscripts or enable cookies. Now, you don't have to worry about it if you just go to the Tri-County Tech MyLabs Plus website. So that's what I'm going to pull up now. And of course it's going to go to this, but I'm going to show you. Now this is in your handouts that I sent you, but it's tctc.mylabsplus.com. Make sure you write that down. And there you type in your username and your T number. Now let's talk about the T number. As I told you before, I may have, the T number sometimes is reset. I mean, your password sometimes is reset to your T number with a capital T. Okay? So if you try to go through and you type in J. Smith and you put in Donald Duck, which you used last time you were here, it may not work. So what I would suggest you do before you call the help desk is type in your T number for the password, and therefore it might work. And make sure you use a capital T. Okay, did anything like that happen to any of y'all?
Mine said that it was like invalid.
That probably is because, did you add here in the last couple of days? Okay, well, I have no idea. Does it do it now?
Yes.
It still doesn't. Okay, you probably need to check, you know that handout that's got the 2 email addresses on it? Send them an email and say, now, did you try it in the lab down here?
No.
Always try the first initial registration. Try it in our labs. Why? Because our computers are configured to go to MyLabs Plus. Do you have a Mac? Okay. It might be
Okay,
computer.
I just got through, sir. But
okay. Tell me what problem you had.
What the problem that I had at first was I got through that message, and from then on, like when I went through the Blackboard and clicked the link that you gave us, I went through perfectly fine. Yesterday, I tried to log into MyLabs Plus on 3 separate occasions, twice in the evening and 1 at night. But I just had typed in the same information, and I just now got through.
That's unusual. I don't know why it did that. Anybody else have any problems?
Me, I still can't get in.
And you tried your password? First of all, do you have a Mac?
No.
Okay. And you tried your T number?
Yes.
Are you getting the invalid?
It says that it's not the correct username or password.
I had the same
you need
problem
to email.
yesterday.
Let me show you that right quick. Write these 2 emails down. Let's see, where are y'all? Y'all are Math 155, right?
So what did you use to plug in?
Okay,
whiteboard.
the two new students that I have, here are the handouts right here. They're on the side right here.
See your end on the
again?
Like
whiteboard.
our whiteboard says connection is not established.
Okay, I will resend. Hold on. Look for something that says accept. Here it comes. It may not ask
You have to
you.
do it for Pendleton too.
Yeah, ours is just showing the MyLabs Plus login.
Hold
page.
on. It's coming. See if it reestablishes. I've never seen that happen before, so I don't know what it's doing. Did it reestablish?
No.
Okay, Oconee, is yours okay? Can you see my screen?
Yes. Looks good.
Okay. So Pendleton and Easley, you cannot see my screen.
No.
Okay, this is what I want you to do. Whoever's got the mouse or whoever's near the mouse, I want you to X out of this screen. I'm going to bring you back in. Because evidently that flickering a while ago disabled the presentation. So just X out right quick. I'm going to bring you back in.
Do that? Yeah.
Oconee, you stay. And Miss Guerin, you stay. If y'all can see my screen. There we go. And who was the other one? Easley? Yeah.
Turn the camera part on.
Okay, that should work. It should ask you, or it should automatically go to presentation. You should see my Math 155 handout.
Mine is still stuck on the sign-in page for MyLabs Plus.
Okay, I need to bring you back in. X out and I'll bring you back in.
Still showing the same thing.
Yeah, we're
on
still
ours, too.
seeing the login page.
For the MyLabs Plus stuff.
But you just X'd out. There's no way you should have X'd out. Did you X out?
It's still showing the old page.
Oconee sees the sign-in as well.
Labs Plus login page.
Yes.
Easily is.
That's what we're looking at.
That's unusual. It's never done
And
that.
I don't see you.
Oh, I haven't turned it on. Hold on. Something keeps turning everything off. I don't know.
It's the
I've never
Russian.
done this before.
Oh,
All right, here we go. Try it again. I'm bringing it. Can y'all see me now?
We
I
can
can
see
see
you,
you.
but
Yes.
the screen that we're seeing is the
An error occurred during the
Login
screen presentation. Duh.
Gosh darn commies.
Now we've got, okay, it's telling me, I don't know what the problem is. I've taught 3 classes this morning and there's not been a problem. Somebody is sabotaging, I think it's
Because it's not ours.
It's the Pendleton campus, is what it is. All right, so Oconee, you can see my board, right?
Yes, sir.
It should say my whiteboard. Okay, Easley, you cannot see it.
No.
Still at MyLabs Plus login.
Yep.
That's not. How can that happen if you X'd out? It keeps saying network issues ended the presentation. Please try again. Okay, I'm doing what they're telling me on this message board. It keeps saying try again. There's something going on with the network.
Now ours turn.
Oh, wait.
It's
It's
loading.
loading.
I'll be working this time.
There we go.
Okay,
There it goes.
so
There it is.
everybody with me?
Yeah,
Does it say
I
my
forgot Miss
whiteboard?
Guerin.
I
Let
went
me
for it.
call in Miss Guerin right quick. Evidently, somebody hit a power pole or something. I don't know, but something's going on with the network because 1, I've never seen that flickering before. 2, I've never seen it stay on MyLabs Plus after you X out and come back in. So this is a first. Okay, so everybody should see my whiteboard.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And we're still recording, so y'all just have to go through all that. All right, so I'm going to get out of this. Sorry about that. And get back to what I was doing. And what I was doing was telling y'all about okay, here we go. Those 2 students that added today or whatever, over here, there's 4 sections right here, 5 or 6, right here, down to 6.6 handouts. Those are all handouts that you need to print out. I'm not going to go through that today. I went over that in the first day of class. Go to YouTube. See this YouTube and Skype for Business and how to access Hubert's videos. You can go to YouTube pull up Hubert McClure. Click on Hubert McClure, click on the pink shirt. Go down below McClure and hit playlist. And you can watch the first day of class right here. Math 155 Spring, hit full view, full playlist. And there's the first day of class. Got it? Okay, that's for the people that just added. All right, let's go back to where we were. And the three that I'm going to go over today is test. I'm going to go over the test at the end of the unit. When we get to 10.1, okay, listen to this. That's what the outline is for. When we get to 10.1 on the outline, I'm going to say, okay, we just finished 10.1. We're going to pull up a test. And I'm going to pull up a test. Notice I said a test. Did I say the test or did I say a test? A test, which means it's not going to, it looks like your test, but it's not going to be exactly like your test. I'm not stupid enough to show you the test, exactly the test that you're going to take. All right? So, I pull up the test, and we go over it. We're going to take a minute or two to let you look at it. This is Unit 1 test, so I'm going to hit this and hit preview. Okay, there's a math question. Oh, there's a bonus question. If a student does not complete a homework assignment or a test, what grade will be recorded for that assignment?
Snowflake.
I have students that tell me that they didn't know that at the end of the semester. Of course, I don't listen to them because I know that's bullcrap, and I just say I'm sorry, and we go on with whatever we're talking about. But I don't believe that. Okay, some of these bonus questions are from students after the final exam. They come to me with some of these questions. Math question. We've got 40 questions to go through. We're just going to go through and I'm showing you. What should a student do? See, some of the things that I go over a test are actually these bonus questions, so I just killed two birds with one stone. What should a student do if something happens and they are out of class for a while?
Blame it on the Russians.
Blame it on the Russians is a very good answer, but it's not the answer. B, nope. What do students actually do? They wait until after grade turn in and then go DAD on me. Next, math question. Math question. Most missed bonus question. This is Hubert's most missed bonus question.
C.
And would you believe people get this wrong?
1-800 I'm a loser.
Math, 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 math. You see, you got open answer and you got multiple choice. Why does Hubert not entertain extra credit, extra points, dropping any grades at the end of the semester? I will take A. A is a good answer, but that's not the answer. How about C? I give you 3 chances on each test. You have 3 attempts, and I take the what?
Highest.
The highest of the 3. Now write that down, because one of you will send me a text at the end of the semester, and you're going to ask me if I average the grades or do I take the highest. Will you get a response? No, you will not, because you had 4 of these questions. You got 4 unit tests. You had 4 of these questions, and you still ask that. I don't understand. Math. The only one that's got United States in front of it. The second most missed bonus question. What's the answer?
A.
Why is it A and not B?
Because it's 100%.
It's 100%, exactly. I don't give quizzes and exams, so yours is 2080. Okay? I don't give quizzes and something else, whatever. I don't know what the other one is. Yours is 2080, but it's the only one that equals what? 100. Math. If you miss a question, this is a very valid question for the beginning of the semester. If you miss a question on a test and you have a question about it, you don't know how to do it, you don't know how they got the answer, then you what? You send several emails to Hubert with the last one saying, hello? No, that's not the answer. Which one is it?
Scream and throw a tantrum.
Scream and throw a temper tantrum. I've actually had somebody do that. What did I do? I walked out. I walked out of the room. Anyway, which one is it?
B.
B. Why didn't y'all say D? Some of y'all do that too. Math question. Math question. A lot of you saying, why is he answering all these bonus questions? I do everything for a reason. Just hold tight, okay? If you take several forms of a test in Hubert's class, how is it counted?
B.
B is in Bravo. I like C myself, but I don't want to offend anybody. All right, math. 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 Although covered in the handouts and the first day of class by Hubert, what is the best way to communicate with Hubert?
B.
B is in Bravo, yes. I like A. Math.
Carrier pigeon.
Some people, you know, I actually had a student ask me, what is a carrier pigeon? The parent's fault. Does Hubert replace your lowest test grade with your final exam grade? Deadhead. No notes, no pencil, no pen, no calculator. Comes into my class every day without those things. Looks out the window. Looks like a deadhead. Acts like a deadhead. Asks me this question. Not after the final. Not after grade turning in. But 2 weeks after grade turning in. He calls me up. This is the way he sounds on the phone. And of course I just listened to him and then I said, first of all, you need to speak like you got sense. And then he started talking normally. And he said his name. I knew who he was after he said his name. I said, you're the deadhead. That's what I wanted to say, but I didn't. And he said, your bonus question says that you replaced the lowest test with your exam grade. I said, are you kidding me? You took that test 4 times, 4-unit test. You can take it 3 times. So in essence, you could take this test all my unit tests 12 times. Everybody with me? Okay? He had the possibility of having that question 12 times, minimum of 4 times, and he calls me up 2 weeks after. I hung up on him. So why would I hang up on him? You come to class with no pen, no pencil, no book, no notebook, and you call me 2 weeks after asking me a question that's been on your test 4 times? No way, what? No how. It's the only answer that makes any sense, unless you speak Donald Duck.
I have a question.
And you're going in law enforcement? There's no way. I'd shoot him. If you look at your overall grade one day, oh, this is the sweet little girl that had to go on a cruise. If you look at your overall grade one day, and it has decreased from several days ago, what has happened? Oh, I didn't know I got a 0 if I didn't turn that test in.
Conspired against you.
If you have incomplete assignments and Hubert puts a 0 in for the grade, what will that 0 do to your grade? Math. Oh, when does the homework terminate? I'm asking y'all to answer it. Hey, this is no joke. Somebody asked me this question right after I showed them this question in the last class. 5 minutes after I showed the class this question, somebody walked up to me after class and asked me when the first unit homework was due. Y'all think I'm kidding, don't you? Math. If your grade book, in your grade book, to find, it should say to find your final grade after you have completed all your assignments, what should you choose? Which button should you choose?
B.
This is from the student that calls me or texts me after the final exam and says, "What's my grade?" Anyway, I just answered 13. I give you 10 to 13 bonus questions per test. So the lowest grade you can make on my test, this test, is what? 35. Will I have somebody make less than a 35?
Yeah.
I sure will. Okay, so you've got a test and it's 30% bonus questions and 60% or 70% math questions. So how do I do this? When I get to the end of 10.1, I'm going to say, okay guys, we just finished 10.1. You're going to look in your outline and you're going to say, oh my gosh, that's the end of Unit 1. I'm going to give a test. I'm going to show you the test and we're going to go through the test Friday. You come through the test, you come Friday, I go through the test, write this down. When I show you the test, I will post the dates on the homework and the test. Now, I want everybody to write that down, because I don't want you asking that from here on out. So Friday, if I showed you this test, somebody's going to ask me if we have a test Friday before Friday. Anybody want to bet me? I'm using this as an example, but somebody's going to think that I'm... Anyway, if I just finished 10.1 today, and I say, okay, class, we're going to have a test. We're going to have a test coming up. I'm going to go over the test Friday. Write this down. I always give you the next meeting day. I give you the next meeting day to finalize homework questions. So if I go over this test Friday, when is the last day for you to send homework questions? The next Monday. And I'll get into that with the homework. Okay, does everybody know when I'm going to assign homework dates and test dates? I assign it the day I go over the unit whatever test. So when I go over this Unit 1 test, I'm going to say, okay, that's the test. Everybody see it? Yes. Okay, I'm going to set the date on the test, and I'll set the date to July 4th. And then I'll set the date for the homework on Unit 1 to July 5th, 6th, 7th. It's July 7th. The reason I'm using July is so somebody won't go home tonight thinking they have a test due on the 7th. Okay? So July, I'm talking July. We're not in July. Does anybody have a question about dates on test or homework now? All right, let's go to the homework. You hit the homework button, which is assignments, I think. They change it in each one of these courses. There's your homeworks. Remember, I told you to delete 1 and 2. Oh, dang, I already deleted it. I'm on the ball. Okay? So you are responsible for Unit 1, those 5 homeworks. So you get started on it fast as you want to. I don't care. I'm going to start Friday on 5.1. If you want to see what Friday is going to consist of, you go to my handy dandy Math 155 last semester. Oh, don't do that, Hubert. I can't stand when you do that. Hit full playlist. And you go to where? Start at 5.1. And you got 2 videos on 5.1. So you can actually go ahead of me and prepare for class. I know that's a hard word, prepare. Some people don't know what that means. But y'all ever heard of flipping the classroom? Y'all ever heard of that before? It's a buzzword among educators now. You know, bump technology. You don't know how to use the whiteboard, that's okay. You don't know how to use the projector, that's okay. We're going to flip the classroom. You know what flipping the classroom means? Make y'all do all the work and the teacher just goes over PowerPoints. You go over the assignment at home before the class, and then the teacher just throws up PowerPoints. That's what flipping the classroom is. So anyway, I'm going to flip the classroom. Y'all go over these 2 videos, and I ain't going to do anything Friday, okay? We're just going to talk about teachers. How about that? All right. So if you want to see what I'm going to go over, there you go. If you don't want to see, just come Friday. After I go over the 5.1, that's when you should do the homework. You should do the homework before we meet. What happens if you don't know how? Well, that's what we're fixing to go over right now. And I got to hurry. What time's class over? 1:15? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click on one of these homework questions. Now, how many of you at Pendleton have used MyLab Plus before?
I have.
Okay, who has never used MyLab Plus before at Pendleton?
I haven't.
Okay, see, I knew I'd have somebody. How about Easley?
No.
Dang, she just turned her table around. Look at her. How dare you? You rebel. Okami. How about y'all?
Nope. Never. Nope.
Okay, so here we go. Miss Guerin, have you used it before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, how about y'all? You've never used it?
No.
Okay. All right, this is the button right here you need to be looking at. This button is to help you when you're doing homework at home and you can't get over the hump of the homework. What's the first one? Help me solve this. Have you ever been to a tutor and they ask you 15 questions while you're doing the problem? That is help me solve this. It's called a guided tutorial. A guided tutorial is for someone that has never seen the material before. Most of y'all are not going to use Help Me Solve This because this first unit is a lot of arithmetic, whatever you want to call it, laws.
Arithmetic.
Okay? Well, it's arithmetic, but it's arithmetic because, I'll shut up. Anyway, most of y'all are going to know what's going on. Now, some of y'all are not going to know how to find the least common multiple because that's normal. Because a lot of teachers don't teach it because they don't know how to find it. I know that's sad, but it's true. Okay? So we're going to spend a lot of time on 5.1 because that's going to make up about 30% of your test. Okay? View an example. That's the tutor that just goes through and does it and shows you the answer. That's what a lot of people use because a lot of people just need what? A review or a refreshment. A lot of people use view an example. Video, that is for the visual learner. Animation, again, visual learner. Animation is just a computer-driven, computer graphics tutorial versus a video. You hit play just like a video.
Your goal in this activity is to determine the least 5 is a prime number. The least common multiple consists of each prime factor, the greatest number.
Everybody with me? So you got 2 visual learning styles, you got 2 tutorial learning styles, and then you got textbook, which is for you readers, those people that read War and Peace in a week. You go to the textbook and it'll show you. Okay? But this is the button I want to talk about. Write this button down. Ask my instructor. That is when you have used all the resources, you've watched my video of 3.1, and you still don't know how to do it, or you can't get the right answer. You send me that, and it's going to ask my instructor, and it's going to say, you suck. All right? That's what you say. And you send it to me. Now, the reason I did that is because I want you to say I put a different message, because I go, the next time we meet, I pull up my handy dandy email, get into the class, and it's not there. Okay, it will be there eventually. You see these folders on the right-hand side or left-hand side? I put all my emails, there it is, okay? And it should have you suck right there. See? It got there that quick. So, in the beginning of class, I may have 5 or 10 of these. And I'll go over each one. Now, some people would call that office hours, wouldn't they? I do office hours in my classroom. Who decides how fast we go as a class?
Us.
Exactly. Good. Critical thinking skills.
I watched your video.
Oh, is that it? Oh, wow. You're the one. Okay. So, the class basically dictates how fast we go. What if I don't have any questions?
You go on.
I keep going. Squeaky door gets what? Y'all's parents really suck, okay? The squeaky door gets what? Come on, somebody knows it.
Oiled.
OIL, exactly. I don't pronounce OIL. I don't pronounce CLEMSON. I don't pronounce DOG and LOG, because there's always some smart aleck in the group that says I'm pronouncing it wrong, and then I have to end up kicking them out of class. So I don't pronounce those words. Anyway, to make a long story short, if you have questions, you send me those questions. Don't be scared, and please don't do this. Please don't send a question and go, oh, don't worry about that, I figured it out. Why do I say that? Because if you sent that question, what am I fixing to say? If you sent it, then chances are somebody else wants to know that question too. And I guarantee you'll see a pattern. You'll send in 5.1, number 51, somebody else is sending that same question. Usually, students have the same questions because it has to do with either a fraction or a negative or a number that they don't know, a big-ass number, whatever the case may be. And they send in the same questions. Word problems. The word problem section, the questions just come in. Okay? Because the 2 things that people have trouble with are word problems and fractions. The reason you have problems with fractions is because you don't know how to find the least common multiple. And I guarantee you, if I went around the room right now and I asked you what the least common multiple was, 90% of you would say, I have no idea, as far as the definition. Because people skip it because they don't know how to find it. So, anyway, we're going to get to that. Does everybody see see how I do homework? Any questions on that? Now, what about the book? And I've got like 7 minutes before y'all start convulsing. Okay, let me go to... Now, if you want to print out the book, this is for those, and yes, that's what I said, print out the book. You go to your handy-dandy e-text or go to chapter contents, whichever one you want. Doesn't matter. And there's the grade book. You see what your grade is. You hit grade book and you hit overall grade. Now this is some real, there it is already. It's even defaulted to your overall grade. I've got a 20 in the class. I suck. But anyway, your grade will be right there. If it's 59.9, then that's a D. If it's 78.8, that's a C. And it shows you right here. Show calculations. This is for the student that writes me and says, how did I get an 82? Show calculations. Right now, I got 20 points on, I got a 20 on one of my homeworks. So that means I got 4 points toward my final grade. And I did a test, but it don't count, so I got a 0. So 0 plus 31 is what? 31, so I got an F. All right, that's how you do that. Chapter contents, let's say we want to print out 5.1, hit the e-text. Where's the e-text? Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. They redo these things every semester, and it's different every semester. 5.1, hit the e-text, and there it is. It timed out, but hopefully it'll come back up. And you can print this out. So you can print out your book, put it in a notebook, and bring it to class. You can buy a new book. You can buy a used book. You can share a book, or you can bring your laptop and just look at it online. But, Pendleton, don't abuse that privilege. Pendleton is the one in the past that abuses that privilege. You know, with the guy that's got the earplugs in his ears, and he's not moving his head, and he's not writing anything down, and he thinks I'm some kind of idiot that knows he's watching a movie or watching whatever. Okay? Don't do that, Pendleton. That just pisses me off when you insult my intelligence. Please don't do that. Okay? Predominantly, that I think all of y'all are female, right? Except for about three, right? How many guys we got in Pendleton? I can only see 3 people right now.
4.
There's 4 guys? Okay, well, there's a 50-50 shot then. Because most of the time when I have all females, usually the females pay attention, but the males don't. Because why? They already know everything. So try not to do that, guys. I appreciate that. All right. So print that out, bring it. Did I say not bring a book to class? Did I say that?
No.
Okay? So please don't go to the bookstore and tell the bookstore manager that Hubert said I didn't need a book in class. I didn't say that. I said you can bring a book, you can bring your notebook with these printouts, you can use a book, you buy a used book, you can share a book, or you can bring your laptop. That's what I said. Capiche? All right, who's got questions about MyLabs Plus?
I got in. I spelled my name wrong.
Okay. You see what I have to work with here, Anderson? Okay, I'm glad you finally got in. How long you been spelling your name? That's all right. You're tough. You can handle it. I'm glad you got. Heck, you turned your daggum desk around. I applaud you. That's a good idea. All right. Any other questions about MyLabs Plus?
So
Yes, sir.
just add this
Mr. Hubert.
class, you need to add me into
It
MyLabs.
may be 24 hours before you can get on.
Okay.
So what I suggest you do you have a book?
No.
Okay, well, just hang tight until Friday and try it Friday. And try it in here, so that way if there's a problem, we can try to work
Yeah, I
through
got
it.
in MyLabs, but the class had.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna take 24 hours, because the system dumps every night at 8 o'clock, so it'll probably be tomorrow, but just let's check Friday. If you get on before then, great. Any other questions on MyLabs Plus or class?
Sir, mine says,
Hold on a second.
What was the email that you wanted us to go to figure out how to get into my lab?
Oh, go down to the, it's not on here. Why isn't it on here? Okay, let me go to it's on your email. Go to 155, second email. It's called My Labs Plus handout. There it is. Okay, everybody write down these two just in case. There's the two emails. Let me make it bigger. In blue, right there. Just tell them what the error says. Give them your first name, middle initial, last name. Give them your email address, which they will see, but put it in them and just tell them. And make sure you read this first, because you got to make sure you're using Google Chrome. Google Chrome is the best to use with this. Okay? Any other questions? Somebody was asking a question while he was asking a question.
Yes, sir. Mine says your operating system, Windows 8.1, is not supported. While the product may work with no issues, please be aware that any problems you might encounter might be resolved by trying a supported operating system.
Do you have a button down there named Advanced?
No, sir. It just says your operating system is not supported.
Okay, do you have a Mac?
No, sir. I have a Windows 8.1. It says Windows 8.1 is not supported, but it might work.
I would take that by the help desk and ask them. Okay, because you can upgrade. No, that's Office. You can upgrade to Office. Go by the help desk and show them that. Do you know where the help desk is?
No, sir.
Okay, Pickens Hall. You go into Pickens Hall, and there's a big ramp right there in the middle of the building, and it's down at the end of that ramp. There's a desk down there. It's called Help Desk. Take that computer by there and let them see that error, and they will tell you what to do with that, because I have no idea. Okay?
Sure.
Who else has got a question? Okay, I know some of y'all are convulsing, but any other questions? All right, what you need to do, figure out what you want to do for a book, get on My Labs Plus, and go ahead and start doing 5.1 either by reading it or by going to the 5.1 videos, and we'll start Friday. Y'all get out of here and have a good day. I'm not going to call the roll. I don't feel like it today.
Thank you.